Out of all the characters in The Office, I actually think that bringing back Oscar makes the most sense for the upcoming spin-off. This may sound odd, since Oscar was only a side character in The Office and not nearly as entertaining as characters like Michael, Dwight, Jim, and Pam. However, Oscar is someone that continued to develop throughout The Office's 9 seasons, and still has a lot of potential as a character. Therefore, I am excited to see Oscar in the Office spin-off series. Not many details are currently known about the upcoming Office spin-off series, but it has been confirmed that it will center around a struggling newspaper in a Midwestern city. The same documentary crew who followed the Dunder Mifflin employees for 9 years will film the characters in the spin-off. Therefore, including Oscar in the series won't be entirely out of left field, since a crew member could potentially reach out to him. Overall, I think including Oscar in the Office spin-off makes more sense than Michael or any other characters. The Office reboot doesn't have to include any of the major Office characters. The Office's main characters all received satisfying endings. Right when the Office spin-off was announced, a large portion of fans immediately declared that they wanted to see the return of Steve Carell's Michael Scott. This is understandable, since Michael is one of the best sitcom characters of all time. However, as of now, Oscar is believed to be the only member of the original series that will return in the spin-off. This is actually a good thing, since bringing back characters like Michael, Dwight, Jim, and Pam could permanently ruin their arcs in The Office. Even though bringing back The Office's main characters would attract many more people to the spin-off series, it is ultimately a better idea to stick to a side character like Oscar. Oscar was a prominent character in The Office, especially in the later seasons, but most fans aren't as attached to him as they are to Michael, Dwight, Jim, and Pam. Therefore, bringing back Oscar is a safe choice since any decisions made with the character won't drastically affect the legacy of the original series. Oscar is a great choice to bridge the Office reboot and the original show. Oscar may have left Dunder Mifflin after The Office concluded. The safest bet would actually be to include no characters from The Office in the spin-off series, but it is understandable that Greg Daniels and the other writers want to connect the two shows. At the end of The Office, Michael remained in Colorado with Holly, while Jim and Pam moved to Austin, Texas. Most of the other characters in The Office continued working for Dunder Mifflin in Scranton, Pennsylvania, but there are hints that Oscar would eventually move on from his role in accounting. At the end of The Office, it is revealed that Oscar is running for state senate. Assuming he is elected, he would become an important figure throughout Pennsylvania and would likely have to leave his job at Dunder Mifflin. Oscar was always the smartest character in The Office, so this ending makes sense for him. While Oscar's fate after The Office's series finale is unknown, it is not unrealistic for him to end up involved in a Midwestern newspaper in some way. The Office reboot can explore Oscar a lot more than the original show did. Oscar still has a lot of potential as a character following The Office's finale. For the first few seasons of The Office, Oscar was a relatively minor character. Since he was one of the more serious workers at the Scranton branch, he also stood out less than some of the other side characters in the series, such as Kevin and Creed. However, in the later seasons of the show, Oscar became a much more important character. In Season 9, specifically, it seems like Oscar is one of the main characters. Once he starts having an affair with Angela's husband, Oscar gets a lot more attention. Even if he is portrayed in a negative light at certain points during this storyline, Oscar is clearly a kind-hearted person who cares about his friends and co-workers. The final season of The Office explored Oscar more, but it still seemed like it only scratched the surface. Therefore, it will be very exciting to see Oscar return in the upcoming spin-off series of The Office.